let's go yarn shopping again in my closet. I signed up for another test knit. This time it's the Fiorita socks by In Her Skein. They're a very pretty dainty sock pattern that has Estonian inlay knitting along the top of the foot, and I am determined to make a pair of socks that will go well with my Mary Janes and maybe also these red flats that I have. Most of my sock yarn stash is like funky hand-dyed colors, but I don't think that will really help this pattern shine. Here's my bag of commercially dyed sock yarn. It's an assortment. There are a lot of leftovers in here, but I'm sure I can find something that'll work. I went to the bag and here are the final contenders. So with Estonian inlay knitting, you are creating the design with visible floats, and generally your contrast color is thicker than your main color. And just from my own personal experience, as well as reading the feedback from other test knitters, people are saying that you don't get the best stitch definition with using a superwash sock yarn for the contrast color, and a lot of people are either using thicker weight non-superwash wools or fluffy yarn. Obviously the contrast color is not going to be using a lot of yarn, so I'm going to look through my scraps, and because I recently reorganized my yarn closet, I have organized them by color. Here is my bag of scraps, leftovers, whatever you want to call it. Basically, yarn that I had left over from finishing a project. So the top bag is not color coordinated because I was thinking of making mittens with this yarn. Mitten season is over, but maybe I'll want to make mittens still. I don't know. I'll put this one to the side. But there are still plenty of other options. We got some blues, greens and yellows, and lastly some pinks and reds. This one looks like it's mostly mohair. Mohair socks, yay or nay? Okay, option number one is the red with either a peach wool or 2 strands of the mohair. And option number two is the hot pink with 2 strands of a light pink mohair. Option number three are yellow socks with green flowers on top. And option number four is kind of similar with the green background, but then also a lighter green contrast color. And these color combinations do feel very spring-like, however, they will not work with my red flowers. The last option, quite possibly the most boring option, but one that I think I could wear a lot, is black sock yarn, white contrast color. But because the design is really interesting, maybe I will not be bored with this color combination. So I think these are my top contenders: red, pink, or black. Which one should I go with?